Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. I'm Charisma. Here I travel with my son with special needs and a disability. We go all over the world and experience different cultures. So today I kind of wanted to give you a update on what's going on with me after I got hit in Playa del Carmen while riding in a taxi. So for those of you that may not have caught the live, and I'll link the video here. So basically we were in Mexico City for about 6 weeks. Mexico City was great, but it was really busy. It was wonderful for my business. I was working really hard. I just finished my 3rd or 4th real estate boot camp for women. I was coaching a lot of women for travel and for real estate. If that's something you're interested in, the link is below as well. I'll be doing that again in January. But I was working really hard and I felt like I needed a chance to have a more softer life. So I had decided I would come to Playa del Carmen. I had come here back in the summer and it was amazing. Hot girl summer all the way, right? So I was like, well, let me come back with my son, see how Playa is for mommyhood. And y'all don't pay attention to the pillows. If you caught the last live, I have to lay on this ice for my back. So y'all got to get this one from the bed, from the Playa del Carmen bed. But it's nice in here. Like I told y'all, all whitewashed walls, very beautiful Airbnb. So I digress. So I come to Playa del Carmen. I get in on a Sunday. The Airbnb is a mess. They were supposed to have an elevator. They didn't. They lied to me. I had even asked him earlier that day, you have an elevator, right? And he ignored me. So we get there and he basically is like, most people get here and they don't need an elevator. So basically you're lying to most people. You don't have an elevator. So he has to help me get my son upstairs, get everything up, because it's on up 3 flights of stairs. And then I find another Airbnb. So I get into the next Airbnb the next day on Monday. The people from that Airbnb were very, very nice. Even though they lied, they were very, very nice. They helped me get from his Airbnb to this Airbnb. Had no problems getting a refund. So very nice people. Not the best Airbnb, but or the cleanest, but very nice people. So I get to this Airbnb. I came here earlier, looked around, made sure everything was good. Everything was good with this Airbnb. So I moved into this Airbnb, and that same day we had, that next day we had an appointment with a school because I'm doing a scouting trip. I want to see how Playa del Carmen is for mommyhood. So I have my son. We looked at a school Monday. We go to look at another school on Tuesday. So we're riding in a taxi, talking to the taxi driver. He's bilingual. We're just chopping it up, just talking about all kinds of stuff, right? And we're riding and this car side swipes us and hits right on my side. Backstory, y'all. When I was in Mexico City, I was doing physical therapy. I had finally gotten released with physical therapy. I was doing great, no pain really. And she was like, just do your strengthening exercises. I had done my strengthening exercises that morning. So I was doing wonderful. I had finally gotten released. And you think that was Friday. Tuesday, I get hit on my side, sideswiped. So then he pulls over. No, they didn't even stop. He has to chase them. And then he pulls over. At this point, I'm getting scared, y'all, because what is really going on? Like, did I really just get hit and in a high-speed chase? So I send a message to one of my friends. I'm basically like, girl, I'm scared. I've been in a car accident. I need you to know where I'm at. I don't know what's going on. Then I sent a message to one of my friends in Atlanta. I need you to know my location because I don't know what's going on. Then he proceeds to put this woman in the taxi. So at this point, I'm like, am I a part of kidnapped? Like, was this planned? Like, did they hit us on purpose? What's going on? So he actually drives us to the school, which was up the street, and basically tells me to get out the car. And I'm like, so what are y'all gonna do? Because at this point, my back is already hurting. And my son's in the car. So I'm like, I need to get him checked in. So I'm like, well, let me have your name and your number so I can get the police report from you. So I get his name and number. Then I asked her for her name and number. She's like, are you okay? And I'm like, no, my back is hurting. And she puts in her name and number as well. So I go into school and I'm just trying to calm down. I even tell the teacher, she's like, how are you doing today? I was like, I'm actually not great. I literally just got hit by a car and my back is killing me. So talk to the teacher. I get another taxi, get back to the room. And I'm basically just like laying here in pain at this point. So, I'm like, my mom's like, well, what are you going to do? She was like, don't they need to pay for this? And I was like, this is Mexico. I don't think they do anything. So I called my insurance because I do have travel insurance. So, and I'll link that below because I swear by travel insurance. I don't know about y'all, but I feel like I get hurt and I need to have it, especially for my son. So I have my Chase Sapphire, which I have travel insurance on there. The first 60 days you're out the country, you're covered. And then I have Safety Wing. So I have travel insurance from them, and then you're covered as long as you pay, which is $42 a month per person. So both of those links are below if you need travel insurance, because I recommend travel insurance. So I'm like, okay, my back is killing me. I got to get to the doctor. I don't necessarily want to go to the hospital. And because you don't know what you're going to get. So I'm like, well, let me get to a doctor because I need to see an orthopedist anyway. And if I go to the ER, I don't know that I'll even see an orthopedist. So search around for doctors, and because I wanted to read some reviews. That's just who I am. And I ended up going to this doctor at MD Playa, right? MD Playa was absolutely amazing. The doctor was really good. It wasn't expensive at all. It was about $30 US. The other hospital wanted to charge me $80 US. But they were my second choice, so I actually had made 2 appointments. So I made one with MD Playa because they could see me that same day, and then I made one with the other doctor. So MD Playa ended up being really good. What he did, he wrote out everything I needed. He wrote out my information for what happened to me. He wrote out all my medicines, and he ordered x-rays and MRIs. So, I'm thinking, okay, next day I'm just going to go get an x-ray MRI. He basically gives me a list of places that I can go and get these things done. So one of my friends from Mexico City, she calls me. She was my son's nanny. She's like, hey, how you doing? And I'm like, I'm actually not good. I was hit in a taxi, and I'm trying to figure this out because I need to get this medical done. Is there any recourse here in Mexico City? And she said, yeah, they're supposed to pay for your medical bills. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. So she says, well, just give me the number and I'll call them. So she calls them, and basically they tell her that they tried to help me. They tried to call the ambulance. I said no. They tried to do all of these things, and I said no. Well, as she continues to talk to them, she said, the taxi driver tells her, well, the lady fell asleep in the car. I don't even know if the lady was the one driving, y'all. I'm going to show you the picture. But he said the lady fell asleep in the car. She just had a death in her family. She was tired and she hit us. Well, I can completely understand that. However, she still hit us, right? So I feel sorry that she had a death in the family, but you still hit us. And basically, she doesn't have insurance, and she's going to pay for his taxi directly. But it's just like, well, the hell with you and your spine, right? So this is basically what's going on. So then she tries to call the lady. Well, the lady didn't give me the right number. She left a digit off of her number. She calls the taxi back to get the number for the lady, and the taxi blocks her. She Googles the lady. She thinks she found a number for the lady. The lady blocks her as well. So basically, here I am, you hit me, I'm hurt, and you basically block us. Like, you don't want any part of us. And okay, so I continue on because I'm like, wow, really? This is like, and the taxi driver was really nice, y'all. So it's kind of like, why would you block me and not want to help me? Like, I don't understand that. Like, you know, anything could be wrong with me. And for you to sit there and say that I told you not to call the doctor, and you know, y'all know y'all didn't call the police. Y'all just put me out the car. I didn't know if I was being kidnapped or what. I knew I needed to probably get to safety with my son in this car. So it was really messed up that, you know, he would do that. But so she's still working on that to see if she can get me some help. So to fast forward, I go to these doctor's offices, and I'm gonna tell y'all, they are a bit outrageous. Like, they're all over the place. So I want to tell you, a Mexican peso is 20 Mexican pesos equals $1. Sometimes it's around 18, but about 20 equals $1. So I want to tell you just how outrageous these prices are when I'm looking at Mexico for my medical bills. And bear with me here. So I go to I call around to a couple of different hospitals, because even when you have the travel insurance, you have travel limits to your travel insurance. So right now I'm using my Chase, and my limit is $2,500. I'm in Mexico. I need x-rays, MRI, you know, doctors and stuff. I don't really feel like $2,500 should be too bad, right? So, hey, so I go to CostaMed, which is one of the main hospitals here, because my doctor told me call AmeriMed, CostaMed, Playa Med, and Salud Digna, I believe. So I go to CostaMed first. CostaMed tells me, I messaged them on WhatsApp first, and they would not respond to me with the price. They said they needed the order. I sent them the order. They still wouldn't respond to me with the price. Well, since I've done medical in other places, I know sometimes you just have to go up there. So I go up there, and I asked the lady the price, and she goes to tell me the price. And I said, no, can you write it down for me? So then it takes her another 15 minutes to write down the price for me. She tells me for an x-ray of my shoulder is $166. An x-ray of my spine, $380. And then an MRI, $3,372. Now, I want to compare this, y'all, because I want you to understand why I'm over here like, are you serious right now? Okay, so then I'm like, forget it. I don't even want it. The MRI is over $3,000. Like, are y'all selling me the MRI machine? And apparently this is my rate because I'm not a resident, but it took them too long to figure out this rate also. Then I go to Salud Digna, right? This is also on my list of places the doctor told me to call. So they charge me 180 pesos, which is $9 for one x-ray. And they tell me 650 pesos, which is $33 for another x-ray. Mind you, these are the same x-rays that they quoted me at CostaMed, $380 for one. And what was the other one? $166 for the other. American dollars. That's what they said. So Salud had a little bit of wait, so I go across the street to get something to eat. Well, while I'm waiting on them, I hear back from AmeriMed. That's the other one that contacted me. And AmeriMed tells me, well, we'll charge you 11,000 pesos for all of it. So 11,167 pesos, which is about $575. So they said that this is what they'll charge me, and it would include my MRI. So I was like, okay, great. I'll just do it all together. So I leave from Salud, take the taxi, another taxi over to AmeriMed to get this done. And I'm looking at the write-up that they give me, and I'm like, I don't see where the MRI is included on here. Now, mind you, before I left, I sent them another picture of the MRI order. Are you sure you could do the MRI? Yes, we could do the MRI. Okay, this is the price with the MRI. Yes, this is the price. So I send them the MRI order. I get over there. I'm like, are y'all sure this includes the MRI? Because I don't think I see it. Yes, it includes the MRI. Y'all, I go through all of this and it does not include the MRI. I get to the back and I said, where's the MRI machine? We don't do MRIs here because he speaks English. Mind you, one of the people at the front did too. Very sweet lady. Very, very sweet. We don't do MRIs here. Well, why? You're charging me almost $600. What do you mean you don't do MRIs here? No, you can't get an MRI done here. Well, I just left the place that was charging me like, what, $60 for these same x-rays? Why would I come here and pay you $600? So y'all ended up having a whole little meltdown there, a whole little anxiety attack. Because I was like, I just can't get any help here. So I ended up leaving because I can't do my MRI, and frankly, why am I paying you $600? Like, that's just ludicrous when I was just about to pay about $60. So I get an update from my friend in Mexico, and she's like, no, I can't get in touch with anybody. They still have me blocked. This is unfair to you because, frankly, you didn't do anything. You were riding in a taxi, you got hit, and here nobody wants to help you, and it's just not fair. And I completely agree. So I go get to one more set of information. I get this from CHOPO. This particular place, they tell me with y'all the MRI, 7,000 pesos with the MRI. So I want to tell you just how crazy the pricing is here in Playa del Carmen for medical care. And this really scares me. You know, I'm glad that I'm finding out now instead of moving here, because as a mother with a child with special needs, I would not move here because I have no idea if something happened to my son, what is going to cost, where should I take him? You know, if this was emergent, I wouldn't have time to sit here and call these places and see what they were going to charge me. You know, luckily this is more urgent than emergency, but good Lord. So CHOPO says they'll charge me, CHOPO, $366 for everything. That's my x-ray, my back, my x-ray of my shoulder, and my MRI. So this is what I'm saying. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. Well, the problem is, so let me tell you, I go back to Salud that morning. I get my x-rays done, no problem. Like I said, it was around $60. They were very nice there. They did have somebody that spoke English. The doctor spoke a little English. We got that done. I finally got the x-rays out the way. However, the problem here in Playa del Carmen, like with this CHOPO place and with Salud, is that you have to go to Cancun to get your MRI. The only other place that you can get it is the first place that I told you all about that wanted to charge me $3,000 for an MRI. So it's like, that's absolutely ridiculous. Like, my insurance goes up to $2,500 and you want to charge me $3,000 just for the MRI, which I'm pretty sure there are no locals that are paying $3,000 for an MRI, right? So the only other place that I can go is Cancun. In Cancun, this one place, they charge $257 for an MRI. So that's the difference. $250, $3,300. Like, yeah. So I have to go to Cancun, which is about an hour away. I would have to take a bus or a taxi there. At this point, standing too long, sitting too long, lying too long is painful. I have not done anything here in Playa del Carmen. I'm considering going to a pool party just to kind of get out a little bit, but I can't even tell y'all I'll be able to stay long because, you know, I'm just having so much pain, and the medicine, I mean, he gave me some good medicine, but it makes me dizzy and groggy. Y'all, so bad, I got lost. I was picking up my son. I was just around the corner. I was a 5-minute walk away. I got lost for an hour. My phone went dead and I just could not find it. I ended up being 20 minutes away from where I was picking him up. So needless to say, I do have to hire a nanny, someone to watch my son while I'm taking this medicine. So it just has not been hot girl summer at all around here. At this point, nobody's taking responsibility for my injuries. I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the x-ray or the MRIs will show. Getting the x-ray and MRIs has been an ordeal. I got the x-rays, not the MRIs, but I'll pick those up today. I'll see the doctor again on Monday, and hopefully I'll be able to go into Cancun on Tuesday to actually get the MRIs done. And I don't know, maybe they'll have a change of heart. Maybe somebody will see this video and contact them. But hopefully they'll make a decision to at least help me. You know, can I get a ride to Cancun? How about that? Can y'all give me a free ride to Cancun and back so I can get this MRI done? Like, I don't think I'm asking for a whole lot here. Like, I'm not asking for a miracle. Yeah, it's been rough. So Playa is a no for me. Not because of the Airbnb, not even because of the accident, because of the medical care. I just find that it's obsolete here. The way that they bill people is outrageous. I would be concerned as a mother if I had an emergency in the middle of the night with my son. My son has not been checked out. I feel like I did ask the doctor a couple of times. I feel like the doctor was nervous to check him out. It may be because he has a disability, or maybe because he was moving around and he seemed fine. However, my son's pain tolerance is very different than your average person because of his diagnosis. So he does need to be checked out, and I'm just not comfortable with the doctors here to check him out. So we will be leaving in a few days, so that's good. And then I'll have him checked with his orthopedic doctor back in Georgia. But there's just a lot of things here. I don't love the streets. The streets are horrific. I have fallen multiple, I have tripped multiple times, almost fallen. My son has fallen about 3 times, and he does fall. Like, I'm not going to say that we go places he doesn't fall, but the roads here are worse than most countries I've been to. If I compare them to a lot of different places, I probably have to say this is the worst out of the last 5 to 6 countries I've been to. So this has taken the spot of some of the roads in the Dominican Republic that I thought was the worst. These are even better. I do have a video about Mexico City. Those roads are really good for disabilities. So I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I wanted to give you an update. We'll probably go live on Tuesday if I'm not too groggy, and we will see what's going on then. All right, y'all. Make sure you like and subscribe and ring the bell for more videos on my exciting life as I travel the world with my son. Ciao.